Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Tales from the Crypt series. This is episode 16 of season 2 and it is called Television Terror. Never seen it before, no idea what the fuck is going on with any of this episode. Who knows who's in it? Only one way to find out. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it.
I just love home videos, don't you? Especially when the home is haunted.
I'd watch a TV show that was called Haunted Home Videos, to be fair. Morton Downey Jr. Is he in any way related to Robert Downey Jr.? In which case, in this era, early 90s, expect this guy's performance to be coked up. It's like they never have the budget thought out for the intro of these. It's either just like, yeah, fuck it, film the living room, pan round it in the dark, or in this case it's just, yeah, fuck it, just a single establishing shot of a house. Does it zoom in? No, we can't afford zoom. Just keep it static. I want it to look like a picture for like 50 seconds.
Within the walls of the once stately manor right behind me, Ada Ritter, aging matriarch of the Ritter Home boarding house, routinely murdered her elderly guests for their social security checks.
Damn.
The bodies were dismembered and buried in the basement. 12 victims in all.
I know this actor, I forget what he's from.
We'll find out. Because I'm going inside the Ritter house. But you'll be with me on this special haunting edition of Horton Rivers Live.
Well, he's a great host. I personally don't enjoy watching ghost programs. I'm not a believer in ghosts. I could happily spend a night in a quote-unquote haunted house, handcuff me to the stairs, do whatever you want to do. I genuinely will not be scared in the slightest. All the ghosts in the world can come up to me. By the end of the night, they will have left again through annoyance because I'll have a million questions for them. And I'll piss them off so much. And even if they're poltergeists, they can throw the plates they want at me. I've had plates thrown at me before. Doesn't even hurt that much. I don't know why poltergeists get this bad rep just because they sling a plate.
The culture show for Thursday is breast implants.
Bingo. Danny strippers?
Yes, we got a combo on that one. Do you want the strippers who were in the same convent together or the ones who use animals?
I'll take the nuts.
Good choice.
Jesus.
Let me tell you something, pal. You're not tough enough. You're too conscientious. You gotta have that killer instinct, all right? And remember something. Just because you're sleeping with me doesn't give you a free ride in this job.
Well, he seems like a right piece of shit, doesn't he? This is before Twitter. She couldn't even hashtag me too. She just has to put up with his bullshit and deal with them giant shoulder pads. The 80s were tough.
Open Horton's mic.
You extraordinarily putrid waste of human tissue.
Camera 3.
At least she still gets to talk some shit in private though.
You couldn't pay me to go in there. Nor do I recommend you go either.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another expert opinion, and an opinion we're gonna have to defy in order to bring the story home to you. Thank you, Doctor.
This fucking premise is again amazing. I'm always talking about the premises, but fucking hell, they make modern horror seem so unoriginal and uninspired.
What secrets lay inside?
Come
What
on,
startling discoveries await us?
Go! God damn it, get inside!
Yeah, get inside the ghost house, you piece of shit.
Follow me. If you dare.
Hey, you fucking dickhead.
Even the producer's sick of his shit, and the producer looks like a fucking dickhead in his own right. It's a dickhead chain of command. It's portraying Hollywood very well.
Holy shit. Feel like I'm fucking lost in space, man.
Inside a wooden house. Okay. It was a bit too high tech for you, mate. You feel more at home around your pit fire with your club.
Moving on from the foyer to a back hall in this old house, past a staircase to a door that I believe leads to the kitchen.
Said that like a guy that's got a microwave meal handy.
Little did they know that those meals would perhaps be their last meals.
This guy's covering the horrific murder story with a lot of taste.
Beautiful.
Well, at least we know there are still some inhabitants in this house.
It's his fucking family.
I like the producer way more now.
Now let's head to the parlor.
That cameraman's facial expression there was incredible.
Hope those damn rats we found in the kitchen are the only thing we find alive in this house.
Or is that the flashback to when the murder happened?
What's a haunted house without a couple of sheets?
It's a good point. And you need at least one set of knight's armour, which may or may not begin to move when you least expect it. Why did knights get associated with horror like that? Why? I don't get it. Also, Jesus Christ, this woman is like a one-man hit squad. This wasn't like a rampage with a gun. She literally picked them off like a fucking ninja. This program should be called Ninja Portfolio, True Ninja Stories, Ninja Granny, Ninjas 5 People in a House, using ninja moves. I mean, the next flashback, she's probably gonna drop down from the fucking hole in the ceiling with some garrote wire and pull the dude up by the neck like Leon.
But as we search for clues, which we'll do when we come back, we'll find out.
Oh, that guy has got a penchant for the cinematic. He didn't have to release the soil like Salt Bay, but he chose to anyway.
Hey, did the network call yet?
Yeah, Horton, the network called. They want you to pick up the pace.
What?
Hey, the show's dragging. They're afraid it's gonna be another Al Capone's vault.
I was just thinking it's got Al Capone's vault vibes. For anybody that doesn't know, a guy called Geraldo did an expose on the mob where apparently he'd found Al Capone's old vault, and the show lasted like an hour, and at the end of the show they opened the vault and it was empty. I wouldn't recommend watching it, because it's an hour of people drilling outside the vault going, ooh, what will we find? Tommy guns? Gold bullion? And it was nothing, but there you go. I'm liking the use of shadows in that camera shot.
Christ, we lost picture. Give me a check right away. Let's just roll another commercial till we find the problem.
Can't you fucking people get the fucking bugs out of this equipment?
We'll try, Horton.
This is like the original Blair Witch Project. We're gonna get some found footage shit soon. I cannot wait till this prick gets introduced to the ghost spirit of the murder ninja.
Trip! Come here!
Quite creepy. That's like the woman in the room in The Shining. Also, he was kinda doing a little paddle, which I thought was the creepiest part about it all.
Getting this?
Poltergeists are real door slammers, aren't they? They have no consideration for paintwork or crockery. Terrible house guests. But I will say, they're more of a nuisance than anything. I mean, you never see a poltergeist using, like, elite level kickboxing just to pulverise someone to death or anything. They sling a few plates, they drop a chandelier, they make some blood pour ominously out the top of a door frame, and then they go about their business. I think that's an acceptable trade for a roommate. I've had worse.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we've been experiencing and what you've been witnessing is the first case of psychic phenomena ever viewed on live television.
To be fair, he's keeping his cool under the circumstances.
An impression has been recorded by the walls and trapped inside, and plays over and over again.
Kind of like an instant replay.
Yes.
I always find that theory of ghosts very strange. It would be a really pointless thing to happen. Like, okay, ghosts are real, cool. What do? They repeat one thing they ever did on a loop forever. Well, that's a bit pointless.
Booth, somebody is in this house. Somebody is in this house. Please notify the authorities.
I'd like to think he was saying that like an MC, like, you better shut this shit down. I'm in this building.
Whether this is all a hoax or some supernatural activity is going on, I don't know, but we're going to find out.
At least he's dedicated to his craft.
Trip.
Slightly creepy. Oh fuck. See, these are poltergeists that actually do some shit.
Oh, Jesus!
This guy is having the worst visit to the care home of his life. He's doing an incredible acting job. Perfect cheese, he knows the deal.
It's your call. Help me!
Keep him in there.
Damn, help me!
Nice.
Get me out of this house!
I'm liking her evil side. She makes a good call for television and for the fate of this dickhead. Holy shit. The Texas Care Home Massacre. She does a good Leatherface, to be fair. She had it in the, you know, wielded back position like Leatherface did.
Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. It really looks real.
Guy got chainsawed out of a window. You know you've been chainsawed bad when it sends you out of a window on top of the chainsawage you usually get from being chainsawed.
Holy shit.
She's really not gonna care.
Hey, folks, what's it like to have sex with Satan? Meet 4 women and 1 man who say they have on the next edition of Horton Rivers.
Hot, prickly, and with a sense of pure evil. Okay, and that has been episode 16 of season 2 of Tales from the Crypt, Terror Television, or Television Terror. And I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, episode 16 of season 2, Television Terror. What did I think of that? Wow, what a mixture. You know what, first of all, you know what I'll say, like, see, stylistically, when you're doing one of these found footagey type of things, it's hard to then go to actual cinematic cameras and blend it in well when it goes back to the found footage shots, if that makes sense. So because of that, most found footage films you see are 100% found footage, almost to a point where sometimes they have to think of contrived reasons for another camera to be at this place or that place, or for someone to be holding it at this angle or that perspective, so that they get important parts in it. So it's really hard to write a found footage film where the camera shots seem natural. As shaky and as fucking irritating at points as Blair Witch Project can be, they definitely did that right. But yeah, again, that is an example of it probably would have benefited with a mixture of cinematic and found footage, but intrinsically, because of them wanting to be 100% no, this footage was actually found, it disallowed them to do that. The premise of this allowed it to mix found footage with cinematic angles, and it merged perfectly. Another example of them doing that is like that scene in Aliens when it switches to their head cameras and then back to the cinematic stuff. Hard to blend, but when it does, it makes it even better, because we get the whole what it would look like from a found footage perspective when it cuts to those shots of the live feed, but then we also get the more cinematic stuff in between when we're seeing it from the perspective of the actual cameras. I feel like an absolute broken record, but I mean, just the premise of one of these ghost shows being broadcast live, much like in the vein of how Al Capone's Vault was broadcast as well. It was a live broadcast, and then things going wrong and they're actually being ghosts is just amazing. And then obviously they set the reporter up to be an absolute prick, and they set up everybody in the production booth who can actually tell him to get the fuck out of there as just people who are sick of his shit and are enjoying watching this happen to him. So they basically represent the audience because we feel the same way. They introduce him quickly before they go into it, but from that 5 minutes you get of him, you just know he's an absolute dickhead. So whatever happens to him is great. Not to say he probably deserved death, but you know, that's kind of the only punishment that poltergeists really offer. Aside from making you have to like drop about £500 or £600 refurbishing your kitchen. I mean, that was his only options. His kitchen wasn't in it, so it had to be death. That's how I look at these things. I know that actor from something, man. It's absolutely irritating the living shit out of me. But when I do these reviews, I refuse to like quickly pull up a wiki or something like that. I want to take it as is and say what I can get from it as I know it. So I've seen this dude in something, it's gonna piss me off when I clock it. I swear he was a reporter in something else maybe? Oh, it's ringing a bell so badly but I just can't place it. But as soon as this finishes, I'm gonna go look that up so I stop driving myself insane about it. We're almost at the close of season 2 now. And if it keeps this up, I'm gonna have to almost rewatch this season immediately because I enjoyed it so much. That has been my thoughts on this episode. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, click the little bell if you want to be notified when those videos come out. If there's anything you want to talk about in this video or anything you want to see me react to in the future, comment down below, and please share this video about. If you think the video is good, bang it on one of your friends' pages you know likes films, or likes horror, or likes Tales from the Crypt. Also, I now have a Patreon. If you want to support the channel, you can become a Patreon. You get access to polls, which allow you to vote on what I will be reacting to in future. You get access to these reactions I post on YouTube weeks and weeks in advance. Everything I react to on YouTube, the full length version is on there as well. So please consider becoming a Patreon, it will help me out so much so I can keep banging out these 3 videos a week for you lot. And until next time, I have been BA, peace.